Scott Rennick, bravo. Aren't you just Mr. Nice Guy? Giving the coffee boys their shot at the tag titles, even though you're injured. Well, that worked out well for us, didn't it? Huh? Losing the W3L tag team titles because you were too stupid and too ignorant to listen to me. Well, bravo, Scotty. I can tell you this, Scotty. What I did to you after that match, that's nothing compared to what I'm going to do to you when you're 100% and when you're ready to come back to W3L. But until then, November 16th, Coffee Boys, I'm going to invoke my rematch clause. And I'm going to bring along a special guest, somebody who can get the job done. So Joe and Mark, train hard, work harder, impress everyone you can. Because November, in the roughest halls, I'm coming back for my title. Just try and stop me, boys.
Well, hello everyone and welcome along to Wrestling Showdown Rewind here on the W3L Network, and thank you especially for joining me today because it's Mother's Day, and what better way to show your mother just how much you love her than by sitting her down in front of this episode of Wrestling Showdown Rewind. And of course, if she's got her own YouTube channel, get her to subscribe to W3L Network, because that way then she'll get a gift from you via us every Sunday at 12 o'clock. What more could you want? Now, as you know, we are building towards Wrestlution VII. We have been for the past couple of months. It's the 10-year anniversary event from 2013. We're bringing it to you on the W3L Box Office next week, March 21st. That is when you're going to finally get to see it. But keep your powder dry, folks. We've got a couple of steps before we get there, including this week. But it's coming your way on March 21st via the W3L Box Office. The event hasn't been seen since the day it took place, and we are bringing it to you. So go on to W3LBoxOffice.com. We've got a whole bunch of titles you can watch via digital download, and you can watch them in preparation for the historic 10-year anniversary event, which comes your way next Sunday. Yeah, that's right, next Sunday. So of course, for the past couple of months, we have been building towards Wrestlution VII by bringing you matches from 2013 that led up to that event. Now, you just heard from Damien O'Connor at the start of the show. As you know, he and Scott Rennick recently lost the Tag Team Championship to the Coffee Brothers. We saw that match not that long ago right here on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. And of course, after the match, O'Connor attacked Rennick, ending Britain's Most Wanted. And of course, O'Connor then made it clear he wanted nothing more to do with his former tag team partner. Now, as you've just heard, he has demanded his mandatory Tag Team Championship rematch is going to happen at Wrestlution VII, but he won't team with Scott Rennick. So I can reveal to you that O'Connor has chosen a partner, and at Wrestlution VII we will see the Coffee Brothers defending the Tag Team Championship against Damien O'Connor and Mackie Whiplash. That is the man that Damien O'Connor has chosen to replace Scott Rennick and assist him in challenging for the Tag Team Championship. That is another match to add to the card. We've already announced a few of them. I'll tell you about them a little later on, but we are getting very close to the release of Wrestlution VII and the card is taking shape nicely. Now, I should point out, of course, that we are bringing you Wrestlution VII partly because we couldn't bring you Wrestlution last year due to obvious world events, meaning that we couldn't really bring you much live wrestling, and hopefully this year we can. We do have some dates already on the calendar. These are subject to change, of course. They were planned for last year, and they've been rescheduled a couple of times. They may be rescheduled again, but all original tickets will remain valid, so keep hold of them. We'll get to you as soon as we can. Hopefully we can add to these and bring even more live wrestling this year, certainly more than we did last year. When we do come back, Crafty Corner Surfboard turns our live event sponsor. Their web store is always open, and so of course you can make a purchase and they'll send it straight out to you. You can do virtual tastings, a whole bunch of things. Check out their website, make a purchase, tell them that we said hello. If you're making a purchase of anything, why not get one of our ever expanding t-shirt lines. Because yes, there's more and more designs, keep getting added. There is some fantastic t-shirts out there. Trust me, get hold of a bunch of them. They're available from the website. And also on the website is a fan support package where prices begin at only £5. This is all the cool things that you'll get for your money, and it just helps you help us keep going until we can be up and running and back to normal by bringing you live pro wrestling. That, as well as some DVDs as well, all available on the website. Check it out, I'll tell you more about that in a while. But let's talk Wrestlution VII, which, as I said, comes your way next Sunday on the W3L Box Office. From November of 2013 it took place, and we've been building steadily towards it. We've seen a lot of things happening, and of course this week will be no exception. We've got a singles contest between two men who already have matches announced for Wrestlution VII. King Liam has issued an open challenge. He will face literally anyone who wants to step up and tackle him, which shows a fair bit of confidence. But this week here on Wrestling Showdown, he faces the very good Mr. Euan Mackie, who has arguably a date with Destiny as he faces former Disco Biscuit tag team partner Taylor Bryden. Which of these men will get the advantage heading into their respective match? Who will go in with a tick in the win column? So the only way for us to find out. Let's get down to ringside for this week's match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce, here with you on Wrestling Showdown Rewind. And as you know, we have been building towards the release of Wrestlution VII on the W3L Box Office. It comes your way next week. But we have got this week's match to get through first at the ringside. Complaining about who he's having to face, that is of course King Liam. Is here with the W3L Women's Champion Queen Carmel. We'll see her in action next week here in Wrestling Showdown Rewind. They are being undressed by the referee. As I said, the very good Mr. Euan Mackie. Now, both Mackie and Liam have matches already announced for Wrestlution VII. As you know, of course, Wrestlution VII was from the November 2013. It was the 10-year anniversary event of W3L. It hasn't been seen since the day it took place. We're bringing it to you on the W3L Box Office, March 21st. That's right, next Sunday. It gets released on the box office. And so we have been building towards it over the past couple of months. Mackie just saying, look at this Queen Carmel, shaking the ropes. Mackie just ignoring her though. He has fantastic balance, does Mackie, and neither Liam nor Carmel know exactly what to do. I think they're both slightly creeped out. See Liam waving that scepter, trying and keep Mackie at a scepter's length, I guess, because obviously it'll be longer than his arm. But yeah, King Liam there with his cloak, his crown, and of course he has his queen at ringside. King Liam, as we know, has issued an open challenge for Wrestlution VII. He will face anyone at all. He doesn't want to know who it is in advance. Anyone who wants a shot at him can face him at Wrestlution VII. And speculation's been running rife as to who it might be. Of course, there's many. Oh, Mackie's grabbed the robe. Yeah, it's not his. It sort of suits him, to be fair. It kind of goes nicely with the tights. Very Christmassy colours, red and green. And certainly Queen Carmel's wearing green, but I assume the similarity... Well, I think the cloak's going to need a hot wash now, quite frankly. But yeah, I think any similarity between the colour of her attire and the very good Mr. Euan Mackie's is entirely coincidental. I hope the referee's got some hand sanitizer. But as I say, speculation's been running rife as to who just might answer the challenge and face King Liam. Again, he's confident he can defeat anybody. So it's a big opportunity for people. One person we know that it won't be is the very good Mr. Euan Mackie, and that is because he already has a match scheduled for Wrestlution. It's he versus the Reaver, Taylor Bryden. It's the battle of the former Disco Biscuits. They were formerly the W3L Tag Team Champions, and oh, Mackie immediately going for a roll-up. No sense delaying it, I suppose. Took the opportunity to try and get the victory over King Liam, but it was not to be. It's going to be a good test for both men. Mackie wants momentum going in against Bryden, because of course both men have changed so much since their days as tag team champions. Of course King Liam wants more momentum going in. I mean, he's had an exemplary reign as the king of W3L. and his confidence is obviously high enough that he's willing to issue an open challenge and not be notified in advance of who his potential opponent might be. And again, speculation, like I say, running rife as to who will answer that open challenge. And we last saw King Liam, of course, 3 weeks ago here on Rewind, taking on Vortex. So we know what he is capable of. And see, you've got Queen Carmella at ringside. She will no doubt interfere at some point, as she is wanted to do, and she's got the Women's Championship with her. She's defending that next week against Kaylee Ray right here on Rewind. So make sure you've hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We're about to get a lock-up. I think King Liam doesn't want to have to touch Mackie. And Mackie kind of creeps people out, but that's on purpose. He unnerves them. It's that psychological warfare, you know. You don't know. Oh, Mackie looked almost emotional, and Liam, it's almost like Grandma's footsteps creeping across the ring there. But yeah, Mackie kind of unnerves people, and they don't know how to handle him, and it works to his benefit. And Mackie being shoved away, King Liam trying to keep as far away from him as he can. We last saw Mackie on Rewind 11 weeks ago, back when he was one of the Disco Biscuits. He and Taylor Bride, and then of course Freddie the Funk, defending the Tag Team Championship against the Soviet Wrecking Crew in a flag match. That was the September of 2009. This match you're watching is from July of 2013. The crowd chanting chicken at King Liam. And he certainly isn't. It's more pheasant in his case, isn't he, being royalty? And just taking his time, making Mackie wait for him. Well, I mean, there's no answer to that really, is there? So like I say, Mackie was last on Rewind 11 weeks ago, and it was quite ironic considering the last match you saw of him prior to this was as part of the Disco Biscuits, and you know, the team would later implode, and obviously they will meet at Wrestlution VII. They lost the Tag Team Championship in July of 2011. Of course, Mackie went on a hiatus from W3L at that point. And he returned the following year as the very good Mr. Euan Mackie. He changed his look, he changed his form, he changed everything about himself really. As King Liam is not letting him go. He's a strong man as King Liam. He's not the tallest man in pro wrestling, but he's a powerful guy. And he throws Mackie in the corner, but Mackie's very, very quick, very fleet of foot. He's never lost that. Oh, he anticipated it, caught the foot, and kicks at the rope, of course causing it to ricochet back on King Liam. And Mackie drop kicks him in the knee. I don't think there's anybody anywhere in the world of pro wrestling who's so good at hitting a drop kick on a specific body part. He's so accurate with it. Catches King Liam there. And is this match going to end? We've had two pinfall attempts in this match, both of which have come from Mackie. He's obviously not want to hang around too much. And certainly he's got to be... And oh, just like I said before, Queen Carmel getting involved. The referee did not see it. King Liam hits a leg drop. And it just nets himself a count of two. The King and Queen of W3L work so well together. It's almost like a handicap match every time one of them is wrestling, because the other one's always there. And you really have to have eyes in the back of your head. Actually, the referee could do with eyes in the back of his head. Probably do with two referees. But Queen Carmel will get involved. Doubtless she'll be at ringside at Wrestlution VII. So whoever is thinking of answering that open challenge to face King Liam is going to have to be wary of the fact that really they're going to have to go through almost 1.5 people if you assume that. Because Queen Carmel's... Oh wait, hang on, another cover. Just at a 2. Because Queen Carmel's on the floor, she's not an actual participant. Well, King Liam feeling quite confident, and obviously issuing an open challenge kind of proves that as Mackie crashes out the corner. Now this is the July... Oh wait, Liam with another cover. Yeah, again Mackie kicking out. This is the July of 2013. Wrestlution's in the November, so there's a bit of time between between now and then, but you don't want to go in with a nagging injury, and Mackie could pick that up. I mean, we've seen how Taylor Bryden has changed from his days as Freddie the Funk. You see Liam just distracting the referee as Queen Carmel gets her kicks in, quite literally. And Bryden's got much more dangerous, much more Japanese influenced, less of a showman, more of a straightforward, hard-hitting wrestler, as Queen Carmel just taking it to Mackie on the floor. And again, it's that handicap style as now King Liam descends to the black handle. Because in the past, Mackie would have had a tag team partner. Now he doesn't have anyone. He's all on his own. When he returned to W3L, I don't know if there was a plan for the Disco Biscuits to get back together. Bryden certainly had no interest in it whatsoever. And Mackie seemed to be more interested in just being himself. So they've gone solo, and I guess it was inevitable they would eventually wrestle each other. And they did somewhat try and stay apart, as King Liam showing good accuracy with that dropkick. But in the end, it has been made by management. We are going to be seeing... We'll be seeing King Liam with an open challenge. We'll be seeing Mackie and Bryden in that one-on-one contest, one of the most anticipated matches, of course, at Wrestlution VII. We know that the Tag Team Championship will be up for grabs. As you've recently heard, the Coffee's defending against former champion Damien O'Connor and Mikey Whiplash. That's the man he's hand-selected to team up with him on that event. We know the golden ticket will be hanging above the ring in a ladder match. We'll know 3 of the 4 participants. Is it going to be Lucian Maynard Smith, who's looked fairly impressive in his viewings here in WTL? Will it be Rory Steele, who'll be one of his first matches from W3L, who's still at the Action Academy here in July 2013? Will it be the Butcher Scott Rennick, again former tag team champion? Or will it be this mystery opponent from WTL's past, which could be pretty much anyone when you consider who's gone through the ranks of WTL over the years? And Mackie tried to get up a head of steam and got caught with that knee, but look, he recovers. Sunset flip folds up Liam, and he nearly got it. That knee, I think, was expected to put Mackie down for a bit longer, but he bounced up, almost using the momentum from hitting the canvas to bounce back to his feet and catch that sunset flip. You can't underestimate Mackie. I know Bryden's not underestimating him. I know he's watching this contest. He's going to be keeping a close eye on this, because he knows full well that the Mackie he used to team with isn't the Mackie that we see now. And of course, conversely, the Bryden that was former tag team champion with Mackie is different to the Bryden that's around now. Yeah, it's the same person physically, but oh, hang on, inside cradle, good move by Mackie, and you see every time he gets an opportunity, as Liam nearly cuts him in two with that clothesline, every time he gets the chance, he'll cradle you, he'll roll you up. Hang on, cover again. It's not with Mackie a case of him hitting a move, then going for a pin, then hitting a move, going for a pin. If you pick him up and he can adjust his body weight and get your shoulders on the mat, that's what he's going to do. Both he and Bryden will be aware of what each other brings to the table. This is also going to be a good, I guess, warning perhaps for anybody that's thinking of issuing that, or answering the open challenge, I should say, to King Liam, who's issued it, as, oh, he ran right at the knees! And again, you give Mackie a second. Look how fleet of foot he is. I said in the top turnbuckle. And there's that accuracy we talk about it so often. Takes the knee away from Liam Thompson off the top rope. Who drop kicks off the top rope and hits the knee? Just doesn't happen, but Mackie does. And he worked on that knee earlier. Body press, he's not the heaviest man, but he knocks down Liam. He's got a solid core, has Mackie. There's very little fat on him. Oh, and he's setting up for the shiny hiney. And he's scudded Liam in the back of the head. He'll be seeing stars, or at least a pair of cheeks. And a 2 count only. That was so close. Don't know if he'll be seeing polka dots in front of his eyes or leopard print, but irrespective, King Liam took a nasty knock there. And anyone that's thinking of answering the open challenge will be watching this and seeing what Liam's capable of. As Mackie goes up the top rope and drops down with his seated set on, right on the chest. But yet again, Liam kicks out and Queen Carmel on the apron arguing. I think she felt maybe Liam was going to be able to kick out. And the referee, backcracker! King Liam catches Mackie unawares, hits him with that backcracker. The referee didn't see what was happening and counts to 3. That's what put him down.
King Liam.
Mackie was focused on Carmel getting her off the apron, and King Liam hits the backcracker to get the victory here this week on Wrestling Showdown Rewind.
Of all the matches that have already been announced for Wrestlution VII, I think it's fair to say that the main event is the one that everybody wants to see. Of course, Nathan Reynolds won 7 Deadly Sins back in February. He is the #1 contender, and he is guaranteed a shot at the Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Wrestlution. The Heavyweight Champion is the natural Allan Grogan, and so as a consequence, he will be facing Reynolds one-on-one for the title at Wrestlution VII. But we need to make this official. A contract needs to be signed. So without any further ado, let's go down to ringside as Nathan Reynolds and Allan Grogan sign the contract for their main event at Wrestlution VII.
So gentlemen, we have the champion, the challenger, we have the contract, which obviously Sarah is looking over. Yes, we have the champion. The champion, Allan Grogan, the natural Allan Grogan. We have our challenger, the one to watch, Nathan Reynolds. And as I say, we have the contract that Sarah is looking over. And this is for a match at Wrestlution VII between these two. So gentlemen, if you would, if you're happy with the contract, you can both sign just on the line.
Listen, after defeating that lanky-haired, moobed Mike Musso about 1,900 times in the past week or so, I've got no fear of this Pillsbury Doughboy right here. Because you see, I am your champion, and whether you like it or not, I will be your champion for a long, long time. And if you think I'm going to let a punk like you take what is one half of the most important treasures of my life, jealous much? Then you are sadly mistaken, and I am quite happy to sign this contract, which is your death warrant.
Nobody wants to listen to a loser like that.
You know, Allan, I've fought for about 8 years just to earn a shot at that title. And I've got to defend it. I've got to fight against you. A guy who's checking out of every potential title came his way. I've seen it. Come November, Grogan, in Glenrothes, there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. You can't check it out putting the belt on the line. I'm coming for the belt, and I'm leaving the new W3L Heavyweight Champion.
Wait, Reynolds, before you say that, just one.
Oh! Allan Grogan just nailed the #1 contender with the championship. This is supposed to be a contract signing. Both men making the main event at Wrestlution official. Because Grogan signed it. And then he wipes out Nathan Reynolds, the 7 Deadly Sins winner, by hitting him in the head with the championship belt. That's a heavy belt, thick, heavy plates on it. I mean, this is the scheduled match. This is the scheduled match. Nathan Reynolds won 7 Deadly Sins. He gets a title shot in the main event of Wrestlution VII against the champion. And wait a minute, it's Mike Musso! Mike Musso! Oh, he's got hold of Allan Grogan. Musso coming to Reynolds' rescue and drives him down. And Mike Musso, wait a minute. He's grabbed the contract and a pen. What have we just seen here? What did we just see? Mike Musso just hit Allan Grogan with the blunt force trauma and signed the contract. But it's meant to be Reynolds. So, well, Musso's saying he hasn't had his rematch. Well, it's true. Oh, Reynolds is signing as well. So Grogan signed, Musso signed, Reynolds is signed. What does this mean for Wrestlution 7?
I guarantee, Grogan, that one of us will walk out Glenrothes as W3L champion, and with all due respect, that belt is the most important thing in my life. He stole it from me, and in November, I will win it back.
Well, both men want the title. Grogan wants to retain it. But, I mean, I don't know what management are going to do with this. Because Musso's signed the contract. Well, it's been null and void. And Reynolds has signed it as well. Grogan, it looks like he's gone from having potentially one challenger to potentially two. But we will need to see what's going to happen. And where does this leave Reynolds and Musso? Because, I mean, they've been fairly allied. We saw them team up against Britain's Most Wanted for the Tag Team Championship.
Hey, do you know what you've got to do? What you've got to do in this business. But I want to say what I wish. This man fought long and hard to become #1 contender. And I wish I'd not been screwed out of that belt, because it would have been a pleasure to face you one-on-one at our biggest show of the year. Reynolds, all talking aside, may the best man win.
Chaos ensued there, ladies and gentlemen. Grogan trying to get an early advantage. In comes Mike Musso. The upshot of this is, as you saw, Mike Musso signed the contract as well, as did Reynolds. And so W3L management have made the decision that at Wrestlution 7 we will see the natural Allan Grogan defend the heavyweight championship against former champion Mike Musso and 7 Deadly Sins winner Nathan Reynolds. It's a triple threat match main event for the heavyweight championship at Wrestlution 7. And that adds to the previously announced matches of Damien O'Connor and his hand-picked tag team partner Mikey Whiplash challenging the Coffey Brothers for the tag team championship. It's the battle of the Disco Biscuits as the very good Mr. Euan G. Mackie faces former tag team partner the Reaver Taylor Bryden. The golden ticket ladder match will be there. Newcomer Rory Steele, the notorious Nolan Lucy Maynard Smith, the Butcher Scott Rennick and a mystery participant will attempt to scale the ladder and claim the golden ticket for themselves. Plus, His Royal Highness King Liam issues an open challenge. Who will answer it? Anything is possible. Those are the matches that we currently have scheduled for Wrestlution 7, but next week we've got one more step on the road to Wrestlution, so stay tuned, do not miss it. I will give you a heads up, the Women's Championship is up for grabs. I'm sure that will affect Wrestlution 7 as well, so hit subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you join me next week for the last step towards Wrestlution 7. And of course, Wrestlution 7 will be available exclusively on the W3L Box Office. You should go on the box office right now anyway. There's a ton of amazing content to watch via digital download. There's a ton of amazing content on the W3L network as well. Eventually, we want to bring you live wrestling. Hopefully we can. We've got some dates scheduled. They are subject to change, etc, etc. These are the dates. All original tickets from last year will remain valid. Crafty Corner Sewer will return our live event sponsor when we are finally back up and running. Check out their web store, make a purchase, tell them we said hello. Buy an amazing W3L t-shirt. There's tons of great designs, something that you will definitely enjoy. Something to say everybody. Get a hold of one of those and buy a fan support package. That's all the cool things you get for your money. Help you, help us keep going until we can be back up and running properly. Fan support packages, t-shirts and DVDs are all available from our website, which is W3LWrestling.com. Make your purchase there. Send them to the mailing list while you're at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us over on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and of course use that hashtag. Tell us what you think about the chaos that ensued with the contract signing. It's going to be Allan Grogan, it's going to be Mike Musso, it's going to be Nathan Reynolds. What was going to be a one-on-one match for the heavyweight title is now a triple threat. Who does this benefit? Anybody? Does this make things harder for Grogan? Easier? Who can say? But make your plans to join us for Wrestlution 7 on the W3L Box Office next week. And of course, come back in 7 days' time. Like I said, the Women's Championship will be up for grabs. Queen Carmel defends the title against Kaylee Ray. Yeah, that's right, that'll be one worth seeing. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and come back in 7 days' time. I'll bring you that match, and I'll bring the full rundown of the event as we take the last step on the road to Wrestlution 7. Allan Grogan failed to stand up, the bell sounds, and Nathan Reynolds wins the last man standing match. He wins 7 Deadly Sins 2013. Nathan Reynolds gets himself a shot in the main event of Wrestlution 7.
Oh my god, Allan Grogan's cashing in his golden ticket. Cash it in for a title shot against any title at any time. Allan Grogan looks like, not like this! And Allan Grogan has just become the new W3L heavyweight champion. Allan Grogan just changed the face of W3L. So that means that Mike Musso is no longer part of Wrestlution 7.
As I take for our contract signing.
I am your champion, and I'm quite happy to sign this contract, which is your death warrant.
Allan Grogan just nailed the #1 contender with the championship.
Who wants the W3L Championship the most? Who needs the W3L Championship the most?
Mike Musso just hit Allan Grogan with the blunt force trauma and signed the contract.
He thinks he's walking out with the W3L Championship.
I've got what it takes to win back the W3L Heavyweight Championship.
There's only one champion around here, and you're looking at him.
Allan Grogan will now defend his championship against Nathan Reynolds and Mike Musso in a triple threat match.
You're going to see history being made.
The biggest resolution of all time.
This ring is going to be one to watch.
Coming to W3LBoxOffice.com on March 21st.